Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world. This is the world of Wayne. Today I'm going to be doing the next 5 stages. That's stages 27 to 31 of the Fanhome release and build the movie Optimus Prime.
My name is Optimus Prime.
Now if you remember in the last packs, we actually pretty much finished this leg here looking like that, and hopefully with me putting it up against me you can see how big this actually is, and it does stand up by itself as you can see there. But we're actually moving away from the legs now because we're going to be starting on the torso section in these stages of this pack. Now if you want to get this for yourself, I have put a link in the video description, and there's also a QR code on the screen. I believe this might be stopping in one territory. I think it might be the US. You'll have to I'll have to confirm that, but if it's not in your territory, just check out that site. If it's not listed, you know where it is. But I'm going to jump straight into this. So torso time, without further ado, let's get cracking. So as you can see, this is the stage 27 magazine here, and if I just have a flick through, you get to see what's actually in this magazine. And as I mentioned earlier, we're going to be starting the torso section. So this is part 1 of the torso section. These are the parts that we're going to be getting, and when they're all together, it's going to look like that. You do have a picture here to show what we've actually completed so far, which is pretty cool. That's the magazine. So this is the torso looking just like this. Now this is all plastic, and we have got this little, what are they saying? This is a support that's going to be going into the 2 holes here. And we've got a right and left one. So I'm matching these up to what they've got in the picture. So I'm guessing this is the right one. They go into these 2 holes this way round. So it's just a case of pushing them into place. And I'm going to be doing exactly the same on the other side. Pushing that in. So now that looks like that. And then through the hole just into the centre there, I'm going to be pushing this piece here like that. And I do need to hold that into place, which is why I've got these silver IP screws here, just to hold that section in from the back here. So get that in, screw that up nice and tight. And that is all there is to do in that stage. So in stage 28, I'm guessing we're doing more work on that torso. Here's the magazine. And once again, look, the pelvis and the torso this side. So again, we've got some bits that we're going to be adding on to what we've just created before. So at the end, it's looking just like this. And again, another picture of what we're actually working on at the moment. Now, this is everything we need for this pack. Now, these pieces here are plastic, but the massive joints inside are metal. So let's get these out. So if you remember in the last pack, we had these metal pieces which formed the pelvis sections of Optimus Prime. It's this one that I'm going to need first. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be putting this metal section which come in this stage, and that's just going to go in there like that. And I do want to put a tab over the top of this, which is this one here. It goes with this section pointing down. So this will be going over the top like that. And I'm holding that into place with some BM screws. So one there. And one just in the other side here. Again, I'm making sure that's as tight as I can get it because you really don't want this to be too loose. I can now put that to one side, bring over this other metal bar section we've got here, and then I'm going to be taking this section here, putting this inside and closing that off on the other side with its counterpart here, which is going to trap that section into place. And I'm going to be screwing this in from this side with some WP screws. These are silver screws looking like that. There's 4 of these to put in, so I'll get all of these in. That's the last one in there, and with that in place, that's all there is to do in that stage. In stage 29, here's the magazine. Let's see what we're doing. More pelvis and torso, I'm guessing. There's the magazine. And pelvis and torso. So we've got these parts here that we're going to be putting together, a few details to attach. Then we're going to be adding this onto this section just here. That's the magazine. And here is the parts for stage 29. And the first thing I want to do is I want to take these parts here. Now they are different, so you need to make sure that you've matched these up perfectly. If I put this in where it's going to go, it just goes through the lug here. I'll just push that into place. It does have a little D-shaped hole at the bottom just there, and that's in. Let me just show you what it looks like from that side, there and there. So that's what way round that one should be. I'm going to do the same on the other side. So again, that D-shaped hole dictates which way round it goes. Like that. Then these two parts here, I can just put to one side. I then want to bring over this part of the pelvis, looking like that. And I've got these metal ball joints to put in. So one's going in this side here. And again, it has got a little D-shaped pattern on it. It's held in with DM screws. Now they go in from this side. Make sure that's in tight. And then we're doing a similar thing just on the other side here, into this hole. Again, little D-shaped pattern for this to slot in. And a DM screw to keep that in nice and tight. And that is all there is to do in that stage. In the penultimate stage of this pack, stage 30, this is the magazine. Keep turning, and we are going to be doing the pelvis and pelvis 7 and the torso 4. Loads of little details here that we're going to be creating, and again we're going to be adding this to by the look of it, this part here. Let's turn over. So by the end it's looking like that. There certainly is loads of tiny things in this one. Look at this. Now the first thing I need is 30D. Now these look very similar, but this has got this bigger section on here. It's this section that I want first. And I want an MP screw, which is a flange screw, which I've got in here. I'm going to be screwing that into the end just here. Just like that. Don't screw it in all the way, because the way this is going to go is, you see that little cavity there? I'm going to be putting that in there, so that flat section there is facing upright, as you can see there. But you do want it to be quite tight, so I am just going to tighten that screw up there so there is a nice flush fit in there. Keep turning until I got it as tight as I can get it. I think that's perfect. Now I want this one and this part of the pelvis, and I'm going to be putting this in here, and as you can see we have got a locating lug at the top, so that's going to go in there like that. Once again, I'm going to be using one of these flanged MP screws to hold that into place. A little bit harder to get this in because the screwdriver is going to be kind of at an angle. But as you can see, that's going in absolutely fine. I want to get that in as tight as I can get it. Perfect. So that's in. Put both of these to one side. So I need two parts now. This one here and 30F, which looks just like this here. This is going to be going into the holes just on the outside here. So I'm going to push this in. And it clips in nicely like that. Once that's in, we want to take this piece, which is 30E, and that's going to go into this massive hole next to it. Push that in, so the whole thing looks just like that. Then I'm going to be bringing over the other side, same way, just going to be putting these two pieces in here, one there. And because of the size of the lugs, it's not too hard to figure out what way round it goes. And that's the second one in, looking like that. Now, these are going onto this massive section here, and they're going into the two holes here and here. So this one goes in here like this, push that down, and the other one we created is going in the other side. Oops, get this lined up, like that. Now we've got some little D-shaped holes just above these sections where we're going to put these. These are just going to match onto them, so if I just push these in, one here, and one the other side, you'll be able to see what way round these actually go in. So they look just like that. And that's all there is to do in that stage. So I'm guessing in the last stage of this pack, stage 31, I'm thinking we're going to be piecing everything we've just created all together. So pelvis 8, torso 5, we've got some parts here, and it looks like, as I said, we are going to piece all this together, so by the end it's looking just like that. So here's all the parts for that. Let me just put that to one side. We've got this part here as well. This one's all plastic. I'm going to be taking one of these metal discs, looking like that. That's going to go into the hole here. It can only go in one way, but it has got movement in it, so it can do that, a bit like a key. But on the other side, to hold this in, I need a large washer, a split washer, and then one of these hex head screws looking like that. So, where I'll do it, split washer first, then the large washer, turn this upside down, put this on here, and get that screwed in. Now I have got a screwdriver for that very job. So make that nice and tight. And there we go. That one's in place. I'm going to do the same on the other side here. So again, this disc here, split washer, large washer, and then hold this in place. And you really do want this in quite tight because, again, you don't want this flopping around when you've got a leg on it. So it needs to be quite tight in there, like that. Now with that done, I can take these two parts and piece these together like that. Now they're held in with 4 IM screws, which look like this. These are silver screws. So I've got 2 just down here, and I've got 2 just in these 2 holes here. I'm then going to be taking this section here that we created at the start, and I'm going to be putting this onto the base of this section here like this, and holding that in with 4 IP screws. So there we go. That's how that's looking so far. Put that to one side and bring over what came in this pack. So we're going to be adding some details to this. So just into the holes at the bottom here, I've got 31E, which is just a push in. That goes in like that. You can glue these in if you wanted to. They do hold quite tightly though. And this one in here. So they do look symmetrical in there. Then I've got a little D-shaped lug on these pipes here, which are going to go in each hole here. So one this side. That's in like that. And that's the second one in there like that. Now this whole thing here is going to go onto this piece. And we're lining up the 3 lugs there. And it pushes in just like that. I do want to hold this in place, so we are going to be putting a KP screw just through that hole there. So let's get that nice and screwed in tight. Now I'm going to be taking this metal section and having the flat side facing down. I'm going to be pushing this onto here like this. It's a very tight fit, so it is going to take a little bit of elbow grease just to get that all the way in there. And when it's in, you do want to make sure that that center section is flush to this bit here. This time, I'm going to be using one of these VP screws and a split washer. Keep calling these split washers, I don't know what they're called. And a large washer. Put that over the top. I'm going to drive this all the way in to hold this in place. It's going to take some screwing. I've got a sore arm already to get this all the way in. But there you go. That's in just like that. And now we get to piece both of these parts together. Put that over the top like this. Fits perfectly in there. And then once again, I've got these KP screws. And I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 of these to keep this into place. So 2 at the top. 2 here and 2 here. Oh, and that's it. I thought there was more than there actually was. But that is all there is to do in that stage. That's all there is to do in that pack. So that torso section, you can see the size of it, it looks just like this. And you've got these parts here which move on the side. And that's what it looks like from the back. Massive. Quite a lot we've done in that pack. It didn't seem to be that big, but that's quite a big bit that we've created. There's also a free gift I got as well, which I haven't opened yet, so we're going to see this for the first time. It's actually a mug, and I'm guessing it's going to match kind of like my shirt here. But as you can see, we've got a Transformers mug all ready for my coffee. Once again, if you want to get this for yourself and you want to check your territory to see if this is available, put a link in the video description, and there's also a QR code on the screen there. But I really hope you like that video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. Other than that, take care.